Hey guys, I'm back. I know I haven't been really posting on YouTube much, but this is just going to be a quick 6-month update of what my pedal board has looked like in 2024. Not much has changed, especially from the amp to the wet effects, but I've changed some overdrive stuff, but just wanted to make a quick little video updating you, giving some sound samples in my workflow. So hope you enjoy. So let's just start with my tuner. This is the Canvas tuner by Walrus Audio. I've really been enjoying this, mostly because I started out with a bigger board and I got rid of some things, and so I had some more space to put something. And there was a really good deal. This was a blemished one on Walrus Audio's website, and I had a discount code, so got it for pretty cheap, honestly, less than $100. And so it was a no-brainer for me just to get it. It's really quick, really good response. But let's go to the compressor. I switched up. I went from the Keeley compressor. I think the one that I had was a little bit old. But let's go to the compressor. I switched up. I went from the Keeley compressor. I think the one that I had was a little bit old and started to get pretty noisy. So I switched over to the SP compressor by Exotic Effects. Here's my sound without the compressor. Very boring. As you can hear, it's just squashing down those highs. It kind of brings up I have mine very subtle. You know, you can boost this little toggle switch up to high, and it'll get really squashed. But I have it on low, and I kind of keep the blend a little less than 50%. So it's just there to keep me from over strumming sometimes or over picking. To where I don't hit my overdrives too hard and they don't hit my amp too hard. It just kind of keeps me in check, especially since a lot of times I'm leading worship as well. I don't have time to think about my picking dynamics. So this still gives me a lot of dynamics, but allows me to still not really think about it as much. So let's move on to the amp. As you've already heard, this is the ACS1. Hasn't changed in 6 months. I've just really loved this, but it does have a 2.0 update, which I did make a video on. But I'm running the London, which is the Marshall Bluesbreaker setting, and these are currently my settings. Have it set. So lows are up a little bit, highs are like right down the middle, mids are right down the middle. I have the gain a little less than 50%. And level is just kind of based on the room, based on what the sound engineer needs. And so, yeah, it's really right now very clean because I have my wet effects before the amp. And so I want the grit to really come from my overdrives, and to where the amp just slightly compresses, gets a little brittle, or not brittle, but gets a little bit compressed when all that drive and reverb and delay hit it. It just has a nice sound that I enjoy. So as you can see, my drives have changed a little bit. This is my main overdrive right now is the Stratus using the Schnobeltone Daily Driver. If you know anything about the Daily Driver, it is an incredible overdrive. And I was super excited to hear that he collaborated with Chaos Audio to put a digital version of it in the Stratus. And so I've been using that for a few weeks now, and I've absolutely loved it. And so what I'm doing is it's boosting level and kind of hitting the amp a little bit harder, but also just adding some grit, and it's super dynamic. I'll just show you here. Here we go. So clean tone real quick. And my overdrive. And so, as you can see there, it just really lets the amp shine and really complements it well. I can even move up to the neck pickup and I just really love how it compresses and how it breaks up. It's very natural, very musical. And so I've really been enjoying that just as my always on clean tone. And if I need more, I found the Walrus Audio Fundamental Drive is really good just for nice, like, beefy overdrive right into it. So that's what this sounds like. So really, really, really beefy. And like I said, mainly I keep the daily driver for 90% of stuff, but if I need a little bit of beef, boom, I kick that on. And then I've been playing around with this RDFX Para Rat. Really, really, really cool, usable rat. Because sometimes those rats can get a little bit too fuzzy, but this one's a really great circuit. That's really when I'll kick that on. And it's also super flexible, so if I need a certain sound, a certain tone, boom, I can kick that on, dial it in for what I need. And so I've really been enjoying that. And then my overdrive, my delay and reverb have not changed. I've really, really, really been enjoying this delay and reverb. So go check out my other video if you really want to know how I dialed those in. But this is with that. Everything just comes to life when you turn these on. Then pretty much everything has stayed the same, especially on the Stratus. After that, I have a vibrato setting, so this is that. Very, very subtle. They recently released like a Julia copy, and that's what that is. Very, very, very subtle version of that. This is a little bit more extreme. Such a good sounding pedal. This is back to the more extreme version. And tremolo. so that's pretty much it. It's changed a little bit, but I feel like the only thing that's ever going to change is going to be my overdrives, because that's something that is kind of personal to everybody. They like the way it feels. Honestly, I think Josh Scott of Honestly, I think Josh Scott of JHS said it best. All overdrives kind of sound the same. But it all comes down at the end of it about feel, and it comes down to how you are inspired while you're playing it. And so you can never have enough overdrives. I'm always changing those out. I'm always messing with them, changing them, editing them. And so, but I feel like my wet effects, especially with the small form factor, I really enjoy being different and not getting the timeline Strymon stuff. But that'll probably stay the same forever. And I'm really enjoying the ACS1 as well. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. All of this is in the link in my description below. And some of those are affiliate links, so that just is a way for you to help out the channel. And so, yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next time.